You're live.
Greetings, my family. It's a pleasure to have y'all. Greetings, my brothers here at USHA. Hey, I was thinking about what I was going to talk about today, but I think the best thing I can talk about right now is what's going on right now. This is what they call the Holy Week. You guys all aware that here they call it Semana Santa. Semana Santa. Thank you for the correction.
You're welcome.
Semana Santa. And, basically what it is, we celebrate things that really, we celebrate things that really we don't have a clue as to why we celebrate them. Most folks think this is a time of celebration for the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. Because what do the death of Jesus Christ have to do with Easter eggs?
But it's
nothing. Yet that's the things that we find ourselves doing. And the reason why I brought this up is because we do things out of tradition and habit. That's not beneficial to us. Greetings. So I thought it would be a good time, since this is that time where everybody want to go buy new clothes, and it's all about on the what you would call the industrial complex part. That's the time for them to make a lot of money. They know folks gonna buy eggs, they're gonna buy candy, they're gonna buy all this garbage. For what? We do these things and we go, well, everybody else doing them, but that's what makes us like everybody else. When we say we want to change, that's a good point of reference, to change. Things that you normally just do, but you just don't even know why you're doing them, because you've been doing them all your life. Those are the things that keep us the same. So when we're becoming conscious, then we start becoming conscious of everything that we do. So, Easter. Oh my goodness. I don't even like talking about it, because it's so ridiculous that we take these days and we make these days important. And Valentine's, Easter, Christmas, all these days that they celebrate everywhere. It ain't just in the United States, it's everywhere.
Well, it's different. They're the universal ones, like Easter, Christmas, So, U.S. is like Thanksgiving, Mother's Day, Father's Day. And while some countries will, kind of acquiesce with them, a lot of those are Valentine's Day. That's a U.S. fiscal responsibility.
My whole thing is that each place you may find yourself living always has some traditional things that they follow.
That's true.
And it's not about the thing itself. It's about the following of that thing. Because we don't do them things consciously and go, I want to do this. We go, oh, I've been doing this, so this is what we're supposed to do. Do we stop and ask ourselves, what is this benefiting me? Because in reality, we're here to benefit ourselves, to bring ourselves closer to who we are. Because in the society that's been created, we are so detached from our own self, trying to do what? Fit in. Fit into what? Whatever they tell you you need to fit into. And all you have to fit into is your skin. That's it. And we're not doing a good job of that. So we're trying to make our skin like everybody else. And when I say skin, I'm talking about our ideas, our taste, our everything. We do it to fit in. To what? We are all unique. The universe is nothing but uniqueness. Infinite uniqueness. And yet we all want to become the same, look the same, dress the same, say the same, act the same. But do we ever ask ourselves, why do we think that way? Yes,
No, I was just going to say, something has to be said for tradition the families that we're born into. We, we identify, with religion and things as such. So it's almost like a treason or being a traitor, to your own and to your family when you say, you know what, I read about Christianity and I understand that, I just really don't believe in that and I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Islam. Think about that. These people who are like living in the world today, right now, they say, hey, I don't want to be Muslim. The sisters, I don't want to be Muslim. I don't want to wear, I don't want to cover up. The father will kill them. So I'm saying it's just not on the surface of who people.
No, it's not on the surface. But what I'm talking about is when I clarified waking up. Because in your waking up, you know that you're in bondage. So what's going to happen when you wake up? Then you're going to start seeking your freedom. And you know what the consequences are speaking it out. So then you're going to find clever ways to maneuver yourself out. You're going to do that. You're never going to be free. A lot of folks they accept the tradition. And because they accept the tradition, they stand against it and wind up what? Dead. Why? Because those traditions are deeper than folks ever want to consider. Because this is the foundation of somebody's life. Yet, they do not follow the premises of the thing that they say they are following.
That's true.
So, we have this contradiction all over the earth right now. Why? Because of the point of man's reference. Our reference point is corrupt. So if you put a program in a computer and every time that computer boots up, it references that virus, then your computer's going to forever be messed up, and then what you got to do is get in there. So we got to remember how we operate. The things that we input, and how when we inputting these things, the value we put on them. Because we come from a society that likes to classify and categorize everything. When some things are just a mystery and are not to be categorized. That's how we miss what's going on around us, because we want to give everything a label. We want to give every event a meaning. Sometimes the meaning for an event don't come until years later. Yet we want to know now, why did this happen? No, what we're here to do is live and experience everything, and everything start opening up to us. And I'm telling you this through experience, because I used to be that way. I used to be like, man, look, I know this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get the results. Don't work like that. Because then that's coming from a place of, when you begin to understand that it's no longer this investment into this idea of yourself, then your perspective begins to change about how things transpire around you, how you view the people around you. Everything changes because we live in a state of mystery. We are ever discovering our own self. Yes.
So we started with Easter, right?
Yes.
So
days, honoring days.
Right.
That's what we're talking about.
So for those, for folks who celebrate Easter or believe in Easter, then what are some points in how to, get a better understanding of?
First of all, we honor days like these days are different from every other day. These days are the same as every day. They're either going to be hot, are they going to be rain, are they going to be wind, are they going to be something? But them days is not distinguished from no other day other than what we tell ourselves. We know when the cycles of time change, we see it. When spring comes, we see it. You look around, you start seeing flowers, blooms, all that, change is happening. something is going on. The earth is taking a shift. But when we talk about these dumb festivals and these days that we all of a sudden put on these pedestals, oh, this day is important. Don't let it be Valentine's Day and you just start messing with some lady and you don't give her a Valentine's Day gift. You are on the exit list. Like, oh, you didn't give me a gift. Mark that. Why? Because that becomes important. Because for a lot of women and a lot of men, what that represents is that you thinking about me, so you care about me, so you thought enough about me to give me this. That is such bullshit. They thought they didn't think of nothing. That thought was planted. And they go and abide by that and they go buy flowers and they go buy candy and what's all that's doing? Ching ching. The industrial complex.
That's one thought. And another thought is that maybe this sister or brother, this is the only time they get this stuff. So if it has to be under the guise of bullshit, then let it be. Because I got some flowers today. I remember working in corporate America, and on these specific days, whether it's your anniversary, birthday, or whatever, if some flowers and balloons and shit did not show up, they're like, the office was looking like, oh, okay. Her husband didn't send the flowers today.
And that's
you know what I mean? On
that whole vibration causes anxiety within the individual that is directed at, and those that's around doing it don't even realize what they're doing at that particular moment. It's practicing black magic. They don't realize that. Why? Because they are now creating an energy around the individual that energy didn't even exist around. She may be an individual who don't even acknowledge such things. Yet they have already judged and condemned her and like, oh yeah, her husband don't care about her because she didn't get nothing. But that's the kind of society we live in. And in order for us to be free, we have to accept all that and still let it roll right off your back because you're already aware of it. So then when you are aware of something, then when that thing comes, you get an opportunity to step outside of that thing and then look at it and go, look at this. It gives us a keener insight into how we as individuals are living when it comes to the ideas that have been planted in us. Like I said, this is the Holy Week. This is the special week. This is all that. But during this week, folks is getting drunk, eating, and doing all kind of debaucherous things, and yet this is the Holy Week. What kind of contradictions? We live in a world of contradictions that are not beneficial. Now, we can live in a world of contradictions that's beneficial because, let me tell you, you'll find many contradictions within life, within the mysteries of life, that as you see more and more, you see there's not contradictions at all. It's just different sides of the same coin. Every coin has a heads and a tails, front and a back, but it's the same one, just different sides. We have to always remember those things, especially when we're dealing with things that we are so accustomed to being involved in. And when we call ourselves wakening ourselves up. Because see, waking up is more than just saying, oh, I had an epiphany. I need to do more about, knowing who I am. I'm going to meditate and I'm going to wear this garb and I'm going to get these crystals, and we go through all these little external gyrations, I call them. And yet, inside, ain't nothing changed. Because we can do what we want to make the face of a dilapidated house look good. But when you walk in, oh, it's a different view. Now you see all the rust and the mold and the dilapidation of it. But when you're looking from the outside, you don't see that. And that's how we live, man. And we have to quit living like that because it's about being human, not being a citizen.
How do we stop being like that?
First, recognizing that it's not it's worthless. We don't gain nothing from it. I can't think of a holiday that I gain any insight into myself. I grow closer to myself because of that particular day. Them days happen all the time. As we living, we experiencing, and we acknowledge certain things that happen that make us realize certain things. I can't say what them things are because I'm not you. But what I do know is that it don't depend on a day. All it depends on is your movement. Because moving, and not being stuck into the ideas that most folks are stuck in, you'll find that you find a lot more freedom for yourself, for real.
And I like to add, it's no different than, I was in the Nation of Islam young at 24, so we didn't celebrate any holidays in the nation, not even birthdays. So it's like, okay, you were born, good, But, people create their own, like we had all kinds of days though within there, that we created for ourselves within our individual families that meant something, but, that we made mean something, just like our mother's birthday or, our anniversary, something that we hold dear that nobody else gives a damn about. But when it comes to like, recusing yourself from holidays and the social norms of it, because it's a force now. Christmas time, it's a whole what? Every store you go into, every commercial you see, in the office, if you're going in. I mean, you can't, down the street, the community you live in. Oh, it's Christmas. So it's hard, at first, to step back and recuse yourself from, everybody and everything and all the pounding of it, the music. Oh my gosh, I love. There's a bunch of Christmas songs I love. Can't wait to hear Donnie and some. Why are you laughing, babe?
I'm thinking about the song that I tell you I like. Santa Claus come to the ghetto.
Oh man, I love Eartha Kitt, Santa Baby. I love that song. So but to be able to be like, okay, I understand, like, do your own research, get your own understanding of what Christmas is, so then you can stand, in a sea of ignorance and be like, it's all good. Like, I divorced from my first husband, and we had children, and he celebrated Christmas and I didn't, But I wasn't like, you ain't gonna get him no Christmas present. I understood that he was not where I was with the information. And so, fine. If you want to give them a gift, it's a gift. I understand that you connecting it to all of that. It's okay. I'm not giving them a damn thing. We don't celebrate that shit. You know what I mean? Well, we don't celebrate it in the way that, it's been given to us, and that for you to be like, because, people be like, what the hell? You don't celebrate Christmas? What's wrong with you? Yeah, no. What's wrong with you? Just lets me know you haven't done your homework yet. And everybody is somewhere along this race, So it's okay. But, so to me, it's no different than recusing yourself and saying, hey, I'm vegan. I don't eat that way. Because everybody does the same accusing thing. What you mean? Your grandmother ain't this way. All of the reasons why you should eat a different way than what you said you were going to do. It's the same thing. So, you can stand, always stand in your truth and be like, you know what, this is just what I understand about it, and I'm okay with that. And you're welcome to do whatever it is you're going to do.
Thank you. Hey, I'm just going to let y'all know, as soon as our technical person gets back, she's going to be right here so you can see her. You won't just hear her. You'll see her because she's in it. But for real though, what she's saying is absolutely correct. And what we really need to realize is that, it's not only just a traditional thing, it's a money-making thing for the industrial complex. Because you think about what you see during this time. Everything is bright colors and candy and eggs, brightly colored. They do that. It's springtime. They use psychology on us. And we better be wise enough to understand the psychology that they use on us. Springtime represents what? Flowers, beauty, bright colors. So what they do, they pitch that to you. Look, colored eggs. Look at these bright colored candy. Look at these bright colored clothes. You got yellows and pinks you don't see people wearing in the wintertime. But they wear it on Easter Sunday.
It represents fertility.
They sell a lot of clothes during that time. Clothes that they can't sell no other time.
Baskets, plastic grass, chocolate eggs.
Oh my goodness. And we just fall prey. And what I'm saying is that when we decide that we want to be awakening ourselves, and when I say awakening ourselves, all I'm really saying is that becoming aware that you're not this entity that you thought that you created. You didn't create this. The part of you that created all this, we detach ourselves from. I don't want to hear it. That's why we talk to ourselves, so we can. I don't have to hear that. We drink. We do all kind of stuff to quiet that voice, because that's the voice that tells us, look, you better let go of this wheel, because I'm going to let you crash. And you know what we do?
Crash.
Oh, man, and we floor it. And that's why you see people's lives end up just like they do. It's no mystery. It is no mystery. We are in control of our lives, and they want us to believe that we are the least in control of our lives, when that's the absolute lie. They teach us to be sick. They teach us to be stupid. They teach us to be old. They teach us everything that we do. They tell us, oh, when you get this age, you hear them all the time, well, if you over 50, you're eligible
now
for this care, and you're eligible for this and this and this and this. Oh, and if you over 60, oh, we're going to give you insurance for 25 cents. It's crazy. You know why? Because the older you get, the more they know, the more money you give them, they ain't going to give you nothing back. They ain't going to give you nothing back, because they can just trust that you ain't going to make it that far. I watched it going at the jobs that I worked at. All the guys used to retire. You spend your whole life honoring all this stuff other than yourself. And then you wind up at the end of your days, after you done gave the best of your life to a job that really didn't do anything to sustain your life whatsoever other than give you a paycheck. We have to ask ourselves, what am I doing that's really helping me to be the best me that I can be? I don't give a damn what day they say special. Them days come and they go, and you ain't changed one iota. So what's the purpose? We are here for one purpose: to be the best of who we can be in an environment that's displaying to us that it's being the best that it could be. Why would we cheat the environment that we're in? For real. I hear the monkeys in the morning. You hear them? They doing their monkey thing. Battling over some monkey punani. Early in the morning.
Territory.
Tell them what to do. They're animals. They know, hey, I'm alpha here. I'm going to prove I'm the alpha. So they get the roaring. They sound like lions sometimes. But they know it's programmed in them. Everything knows. We don't have that program in us. We choose. We choose to act like animals. Oh my goodness, we become worse than them. Animals don't honor days. They don't know what that is. The mother teaches the cubs what plants they need to eat to heal their damn self. And all of our great understanding and our great intellect, we drag our children to somebody we don't even know. Here, check them. I don't know what the hell wrong with them. There ain't an animal I know that does that other than us. and we call ourselves the most intelligent for real. You better look around you. Hey, I'm here for one purpose. To be the best me I can be. And all I'm doing right now is sharing that with you guys, because I feel like the more of us become aware of who we are, the better world we're going to live in. As long as people are unaware of who they are, they don't know what to do. So what do? They do what they told. And a lot of them are told to do what? Kill, steal, destroy. I mean, that's what you see. I mean, how many of us is taught to go out and be creative and do something to make the world a more beautiful place? I mean, and you can make your world a beautiful place, because it always has to start in your world, where you expand your world out. Why? Because you're creating beauty from the inside out. How you gonna create beauty from the inside out when they telling you got to honor this, you got to honor that, and you got to honor this, and you got to honor that. You got all these things you got to honor that don't have a damn thing to do with you being the best you can be. My birthday, my father's birthday, my sister's birthday, my daughter's birthday. We got all these things we got to remember, but we can't remember ourselves. Ain't that some shit?
So is there a time that, just saying, like, is there a time, what should be celebrated? Because, these are all in celebration, right?
Life should be celebrated every day. When we really understand that our days are not long upon this planet, every day should be celebrated as a day of celebration, and you celebrate it however you want. Not picking one day over another day, because every single day carries its own mystery. Every single day. And we have to respect that. When we respect that, we respect the mystery within us, so we evolve with the mysteries around us. What is wrong with us?
How can we make tomorrow different from today?
By acting different. That's all it takes. Acts. Acts. I'm going to say it again. Acts. See, to stay the same, we act the same. Like I say, this is the week of it's the Holy Week. What do? We all do the same thing. We all want to go and honor the church, honor Jesus in whatever way you say, whatever you honor. But people participate. We participate wholeheartedly. But we don't give the wholehearted participation in becoming the best of ourselves we can be. How is that? We spend all kind of money doing holidays, whatever ones they create, and we put our all in it, and then get offended when somebody says something about it, and yet it's not doing one. I can guarantee you it's not doing one thing. Not one thing to make you a better human being, or to get closer to who you really are now. So I don't care what day you choose. Every day better be the same. One that you appreciate and you look forward to transformation. That's what becoming a new you means. It means becoming open to change.
So we're at the midpoint. What's going on, people? I know you guys got something to say or a question.
I mean, it's really how my heart feels. Comment. It's like I see us, and I see what we are, and I see what we do. And what we do, we become what we do. Not what we are, we become exactly what we do. Our doing is what creates this idea of ourselves. So we got to do what we call not doing. Not do the things you always do.
Right. And that's how you create change, right? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. We can't change, from where we are today if we do the same thing. It has to be, like he said, action, active change.
Like
then you can live a different
tomorrow. I'm going to speak to the brothers out there, hey, y'all need to stop, bro. Because to hit a woman it's like you have a mother. Would you go punch your mother in the face?
I think some brothers do nowadays.
And you punch your mother in the face, what does that say about you? What does that say about how you feel about yourself? If this is the individual who helped bring your life into this world. And how do you feel about her? You want to punch her in the face? I don't care what her actions is that what happens is that we do not take the time out to understand who we are and the scope of all the things that influence us. Because when we do, we stop those kind of actions. We stop. We start creating actions that create beautiful results.
Do you have any, like, in the moment, like, right in the moment tips for a man, a brother that has a problem controlling his anger? Because that's what this comes out
Yes,
of, right?
I do.
Like, you
I
strike
do.
a woman because you can't control yourself. What are some in the moments, like...
Bro, I'm going to say this to the brothers out there. Whenever you feel like you have gotten to the point to where you can't contain it, there's always a door that you can walk out of and just walk away and breathe.
That sounds so reasonable.
And I'm not saying this from a point to where I don't know. I done been to have high heel shoes thrown at me, hit in the head. When I had vowed not to hit a woman and I get this high heel shoe hit in the head, I had to get up and walk out and take breaths. I was young, but I knew I had to get out of there because if I didn't, I was going to explode. So I got up, walked out, and I went and stood in front of the store. It was closed, and I just breathed. I was like, is this what I'm supposed to do? I mean, I'm not supposed to defend myself, and I'm having this conversation with myself. But in reality, I didn't even have to have that conversation because what I did was all that I needed to do. Get the hell up and walk the hell out.
So leave and breathe.
Leave and breathe. Easy to remember.
Right.
Hey, because, I mean, come on. When you and your buddies get into it and one of them punch you in the face, what's the first thing you want to do? Man, why you do that?
No, punch back. The question is later.
I mean, no, but a lot of guys,
action is first.
Hey, not always, babe. Some guys get punched in the face and do nothing but stand there and wonder how did that happen.
Oh, my.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on now. We saw an example of that when Chris Rock got slapped. He was like, hey, you just slapped the shit out of me.
I guess we did. Yeah, no, oh my. But that is not the average response. I say kudos to Chris Rock because Will would have got his ass whooped.
No.
The family would have came up on stage. We would have beat Will's ass.
No, not as I've seen it too many times. I'm telling you. Hey, but we have to understand that those things, those extremes, only come from energy pent up in us that we're not using properly. When we learn how to use our energy properly, then all your energy goes to aiding you into being the best you can be. It goes into your creative expression. It goes into all the things that we come here to do as true human beings, not acting below the animals that we're supposed to be caring for, or the earth that always serves us, and what do we do to serve it back?
Right.
Come on now, you guys. I mean, you want to do something in this holy week? Be holy. Be holy yourself. And you're gonna, when you become holy yourself, you're gonna be able to give. I can't even say it because it's so much. It's infinite. It's limitless. We have to quit seeing ourselves as so limited. We're not. Especially in the scope of what we are. We've been conditioned, like I say, this week, the Holy Week, we conditioned to believe something that does absolutely nothing for you. Nothing but get you drunk, full, sometimes angry. Hey, it's open to discussions. I ain't said enough. Anybody got anything to say?
Add question, yeah. This is a no, yeah, like, whatever.
Oh, I want to tell you guys, I'm not going to be here Thursday.
Yeah, we want.
Yeah, we're going to be
out.
not here.
Yeah.
So.
When we came in, we tried to discuss the subject.
Easter.
Huh?
Easter.
Oh, yeah, I was talking about this week. You know, this is Easter
the Holy Week.
Yeah.
So, you know, folks go the extremes on this week. You know, Good Friday and all that stuff.
Slavery Day closed.
Hey, I grew up in a Catholic city. That's New Orleans is a Catholic ass city. They say voodoo Catholicism is all wrapped up in the voodoo in New Orleans. They have saints and all that. But we participate in things we don't know absolutely nothing about. When we've come here really to be able to connect to the universe and seek the fullness of everything, the fullness of who we are. Because I can't reach the fullness of who you are if I haven't reached the fullness of who I am. And I'm always reaching for it. That's why I'm helping folks to reach for it. Somebody might get there before me and say, hey, here's a shortcut. I'm always hoping for that. Why? Because I've been working at this. And it takes work. So, with that being said, I hope everybody enjoyed a...
No, you ending it?
Oh, where we at?
No, it's still like halftime. It's 11:36.
It was just a half hour.
Yeah, it's 11:36.
Another half hour of talking to do.
But I have a question. It's like a switch in the physical or whatever, because we've been dealing with this and I told you I wanted to ask you about it in front of, or for you to talk about it, about these STDs.
Oh yeah. Oh. Hey y'all. For real. I mean, I've been in these cities, living in Baltimore, living in D.C., living in Maryland, living in L.A., living in all over. And it's always the same problem with these youngsters and now the elderly too, these STDs, sexually transmitted damn diseases, man. Hey, we got to stop that. That's what I'm saying about when we identify with a part of ourselves that's unrestrained. Because discipline, fasting helps us. Abstaining from things that you feel like you need helps us. Why? Because then it helps us to control, like I said, who we are. And when you meet a young man, a young woman, you go, oh, they fine, oh man, they get my heart, oh, I just want to get them somebody else. And then you do that. And this individual pass something to you. And then you not knowing, because, that's the environment we live in today, free for all. It was like that in the 60s too. Free love, it was gonorrhea and syphilis going everywhere. It was traveling. And ain't no different today. They just gave different names for it. But it's the same. And how do we do this? We do it by our frivolous behavior, I guess, not wanting to take... youngsters going to be youngsters. Yet you got to stop and say, it was a time when folks was doing this and they was dying from AIDS. Oh, a lot of it stopped, but a lot of it continued. Folks who knew they was infected still went and infected others. That's the mind of sickness. And when we operate from the sick part of ourselves, then we do sick actions. So what I'm saying is that, when you know, don't go passing nastiness around. It's not good for our environment. It's not good for you. And the faster you stop, the faster you get rid of it. And that's a fact. Because I've treated it and have successfully treated it. So I know the steps that I gave them to do to get rid of it. They did the steps like I say. They got rid of it. They go messing around, they keep it. Because I had a guy, he kept coming back for packages after packages. And I was like, hey, look, I'm going to quit selling you packages. You just think that this is some kind of magical pill? Because it's not. You got to stop doing what you're doing. Him and his wife both had it, and they kept having sex, passing it amongst one another. Wouldn't stop, and then wouldn't stop eating garbage. I said, hey, man, every time you put garbage in your mouth, you are aiding in that disease ravishing your body. You think he gave a damn? No. He just sent my buddy, this guy that I knew, he was out in between. He'd come and go, hey man, he want another package. I said, tell him I ain't selling him one. He go back and come back and go, hey man, he said he'll pay double for it. I said, tell him he can pay triple for it. I'm not giving it to him until he decide that he really want to change himself, because I'm not going to pay this damn thing. Nor with you. So, we stopped being a client, and I was good with that. Why? Because it ain't about money. I'm here to help folks. If you don't see that what I'm telling you is going to help you, then why are you giving me money? What are you doing? If I see that you're not going to abide by the things that I know is going to benefit you, then why waste my time or yours? I'm not here for that. I'm here to help people with the knowledge that has been given me to help. Simple as that. We all have information. We just got to learn how to assimilate that information where it becomes beneficial to us. So that in our waking states, we be thinking about, oh man, if I do this, I can get this, and this could do this for me. When we change the way that we perceive our environment, man, everything changes. But then you got to ask yourself, how can it be in this environment where I lived in Baltimore and I would go pick plants that I saw. I was like, oh, babe, look what I found. In the jungle in LA where my mother lived, I go and get one of my favorite cactus. I love that cactus. It grows all around here. So things are right there in our environment that we are unaware of. And as we become more aware of our environment, the more we have the ability to expand it. You know what expansion means? That means changing your environment. And the Spirit always aids us in what? Beautifying what's already here. That's what we're here for. We're not here to destroy the environment. We're here to live within the environment and enhance it as we enhance ourselves. So, anybody have any questions?
So I wanted to say that sex is it's a natural part of our human expression. So no one should be afraid or fearful of having sex because, like all of these STDs, because a healthy mind doesn't produce disease. Now, if your mind is jacked up, then yes, be afraid. Be very afraid of every encounter and make sure you're doing the right things. And, I know we're couples and stuff, but, I'm saying you guys are young and, it's important to, make sure that this is clear. Then disease can't enter the body.
I'm going to give them even a better clue. If you fast everything. Fast sex, fast eating, fast all of it. That way, you know what you're giving your body a chance to do, that if something is laying dormant in there, it gives it a chance to push it out. Mm-hmm. And you'll know. But do that for yourself. Like I say, life is sweet. It's not this long, extended thing we think because we're alive. We be thinking, oh, I'm going to live forever. Don't be stupid. You're not. You see people dying around you all the time. Mm-hmm. So take advantage of the time that you do have and make it worth living. That's all I'm saying. Make your time worth living so that your experiences be full. That's what we come here to do. It's simple. And yet, we make it complicated because of the complicated environment we decide to create for ourselves. And it's really simple, man. You hear them birds back there singing. They back there agreeing with me going, hey, sing on, brother. We gonna sing with you.
Yeah, Calvin came in from one of the brothers that came in with the first retreat. And he was like, man, I miss waking up to those birds. Because the birds sing every time. Because we're here listening to you, but they are in the background.
Put
doing
it. 2 cents in.
Yeah.
Hey, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because, that lets you know we live in an environment that's full of life, man. That's why I love when people come here to reach it. They get a chance to feel what living around the abundance of life is. Because it's abundance all around here, man. It's the energy that was put here to heal. And that energy wasn't put here for no special day of healing. I'm going to clarify that. It was put here for the whole experience of healing so that energy keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. Why? Because it's here. And how do it expand? By us continuing to do what we do. Help people to heal themselves. We can't heal anybody. We can only give you the tools that you need to heal yourself. And with those tools, once you see you can do that, oh my God, you see yourself differently. You feel more confidence in yourself to heal yourself. When we so believe that we have to depend on other folks to heal us. I watch my dogs, they just go eat grass, throw up. They don't ask me, they don't come to me, hey, I'm your dog, what I need? Never. Ever. I would be like, boy, you better get the hell away from me with that. Why? Because It's innate in him. He know. They know. Why don't we? Why can't we trust ourselves? That's all it is. Trusting ourselves. They done gave us so many days and events to honor. They forgot to give us a day to honor our own self. How about just using the rest of these days that we got to honor ourselves? How about that? Make every day your special day to honor you. All right, y'all. It's been a pleasure. I'm not going to be here Thursday, y'all. That's for y'all Instagram family, too. All right, that's for everybody. We're going to be on the beach. So, enjoy. Peace.